the 2024 Women's Strade Bianche is set to be another classic. In 2023, the race provided yet another thrilling finish, with Demi Vollering narrowly edging out Lotte Kopecky at the finish line. However, controversy marred the podium as Kristen Faulkner, who initially finished third, was disqualified for wearing a glucose monitoring device, altering the final results. Established as a 1.1 race, the inaugural edition was claimed by American rider Megan Garnier. Subsequently, the race was elevated to Women's World Tour status in 2016, with Lizzie Deignan emerging victorious, marking the beginning of an illustrious journey for the British cyclist in her biggest year. Over the years, the Strade Bianche women's race podium has been graced by the presence of star riders. Elisa Longo Borghini claimed victory in 2017, while Anna van der Breggen triumphed in 2018, each leaving their mark on the prestigious event. Notably, Kasia Niewiadoma's consistent podium finishes added intrigue, with the Polish rider finishing second 3 times in a row and securing third place in 2019. However, it was Annemiek van Vleuten who asserted dominance with back-to-back victories in 2019 and 2020, solidifying her status as a multiple-time winner. The 2024 Strade Bianche women's route presents a tough challenge. Featuring 12 sectors of white gravel roads, encompassing 39.8 kilometers of the 137 kilometers route, the race promises excitement and unpredictability. The ascent up the Via Santa Caterina remains a pivotal moment, testing the resilience of riders as they navigate the uphill finish after a day on treacherous terrain. Women's Strade Bianche 2024 contenders. The winning moment of last year's 1-2 result was somewhat overshadowed by the discord between those riders. Demi Vollering reportedly uttered an insult in Lotte Kopecky's direction as the pair crossed the line. The Dutch rider won but was pushed to go all out to secure it, with one rider expecting team orders in play and the other not. Ultimately, it added Demi Vollering to the winners list. She had a relatively quiet Omloop Het Nieuwsblad to start her 2024 season, but that was down to having to work to try and secure the win for Kopecky. We can expect to see those roles reversed, but also the pair are strong enough to go 1-2 again, with Lotte Kopecky surely forced to repay the favour. The SD Works team also has a wildcard option in Misha Bredewold. The European champion secured second at Omloop van het Hageland with a late breakaway. Ashley Moolman-Pasio started the 2024 season well in Mallorca, almost taking a win at the Trofeo Palma Femina but instead finishing second. She followed that up with 7th the next race and has been training ever since. She was third here in 2022 and is a consistent top 10 finisher over the years. Teammate Kim Lecourt will also be one to look out for. The Mauritian is a strong mountain biker and was 9th at the Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race this year. The winner of Omloop Het Nieuwsblad will be here and is in great resurgent form. Marianne Vos first made us take notice on her way to 6th in GC at the Setmana Ciclista Valenciana with a pair of runner-up places along the way. In her last for Strade Bianche editions, she's finished 6th or 7th. Teammate Rihanna Marcus had a quiet race in Spain but has a solid engine. She will probably be a very elite lieutenant for Vos, but could also put pressure on with a break. Elisa Longo Borghini had fun with plenty of attacks and a solo move at Omloop Het Nieuwsblad on her way to third place and the podium. It was an encouraging return after she looked a bit off at the UAE Tour compared to the year before. Longo Borghini has never finished lower than 8th in 7 editions contested here. Teammate Sharin van Anrooy is an obvious threat as a strong cyclocross rider and also finished 4th at Omloop. She was 9th in her only previous edition in 2022. The GC of the Setmana Ciclista Valenciana came down to just a few seconds, and it was Kasia Niewiadoma who was the closest challenger to the winner Marlon Reusser. She looks in good form and has an excellent record at Strade Bianche. The Pole, the reigning gravel world champion, has finished in the top 10 of 8 of her 9 previous editions. Ricarda Bauernfeind and Elise Shabby will probably look to keep their star out of trouble, but will become solid alternative options if anything happens to Kasia. It'll be a similar story for Soraya Paladin, who usually finishes around 20th consistently. We've seen Mavi Garcia finish second in Strade Bianche back in 2020 and just a smidge outside of the top 10 a few times since. The Spanish rider already has 4 top 10s this season and has the potential to get back to those ranks here. Teammate Ruby Rose-Manganen is also a decent shout to finish high up as well. The Aussie usually finishes around 20th place in Siena but has the potential to finish higher than that this year. Amber Crack and Grace Brown will be there as attacking options for the FDJ Suez team. Crack will try to repeat her solo win at the UAE Tour Women. Both could do a ride similar to Kristen Faulkner's last year. Evita Music might be one who can go with the favourites on the climbs, and a hilly finale suits her skill set too. Floorty McKay should get a chance here to take the best result of her season so far after finishing 10th in last year's race. The Dutch rider has been quiet so far in 2024, but this race definitely plays to her strengths. Teammate Olivia Barrel doesn't have a particularly good previous result on the gravel roads, but is looking strong this season. The Canadian has already won Women's Cycling Pro Costa de Almeria and has 3 other top 10 results. Despite all the climbing, Strade Bianche has never managed to be a Juliette Labou race. The French rider should suit the uphill drags, especially the finish, but only has a best result of 25th over the years. She was 4th in GC at the Setmana Ciclista Valenciana though, so there is some hope for a better result in 2024. Teammate Pfeiffer Georgie was 9th last year and had a very decent opening weekend last week. 3rd at Omloop van het Hageland was a great return after getting into the early break of elite riders, and then having to attack again before the finish. It feels like the Brit will once again be the highest finisher for DSM Firmenich post NL. UAE Team ADQ doesn't have riders with a great record here. Elena Mialou 6th-7th place way back in 2015 and a 10th for Sylvia Persico in 2022 are the only previous top 10s from their starting lineup. You'd think with the cyclocross background that Sylvia Persico would be a solid shout, but so far has more misses than hits in Siena. Erica Magnoldi is a solid climber but has barely sneaked into the top 25 over the years. A crash took her out of Setmana Ciclista Valenciana, so we'll see if she has recovered. Caroline Swinkles has had a quietly strong start to the 2024 season. She just took her standout result so far with 4th at Les Amandes des Dames after being in the break for a long time. The Dutch rider could be one to watch. Yulia Biryukova has never raced Strade Bianche but has just finished 2nd at Classica de Almeria last weekend. The Ukrainian has been knocking on the door for a while and is always a one-day race threat. Teammate Ruth Edwards was 11th in the 2020 race here and filled in her sabbatical time by racing on gravel. The American is finding her feet again and already has some good results in the bag. Katia Ragusa has been in good form so far in 2024, getting into breaks in Australia and finishing 9th at Vuelta CV Feminas. The Italian should be able to do something off the front at Strade Bianche this year. She's done 8 editions but never come close to the top 10. She could be on support or break duties here. I'd be looking in the direction of Letizia Borghini and Magdalene Volliers-Mill for EF Education Cannondale here. Volliers-Mill took an impressive win at the Trofeo Parma Femina, ghosting away solo and holding on against a chase of more illustrious names. Letizia Borghini feels quite suited to the repeated steep climbs of Strade Bianche but hasn't shown it with a result of her own yet. She was 9th in Parma when her teammate won and has been a consistent top 20 finisher in 2024 so far. Kristen Faulkner has joined the start list, which makes a lot of sense after finishing 3rd here last year, initially at least, and coming off her solo win at Omloop van het Hageland. The American might find it tough to go clear with a recent performance like that in the books, but she'll hopefully give it a go. Top 3 prediction. First, Demi Vollering. Second, Lotte Kopecky. Third, Puck Pieterse. Thanks for watching the Pro Cycling UK preview of the 2024 Women's Strade Bianche.